I want to take a few minutes to talk about something that's very near and dear to me, and that's our core values. I am a veteran, I'm retired military, and I've built Utah Property Solutions on those same core values that were instilled in me in the military. For about 18 months, I had this big dry erase board in my office, and I would write down things that we were doing well and things that I was passionate about. And then I would sit and look at them every day when I was in the office, and I would just wait to see what resonated with me. And I would take some off, and I would find that, yeah, I think that that sounds great. It's a great buzzword, but it's really not who we are. After 18 months of these core values sitting on my dry erase board, and I finally was eating, breathing, sleeping them, and I noticed that it was transitioning into our corporate culture. And the team, they never knew what those core values were. I had never shared them with the team because I needed to make sure that they were in my gut and my heart, that was something that I was willing to stand by. The very first one is transparency. I think that we use this one the most when people are considering property management companies. And this one was hard for me because everybody says they're transparent, but are they really? And so this one is a good one because in property management, it is so easy to hide money. And I don't say that to scare you, but it is easy to play a smoke and mirrors game to make an extra buck as a property management company. So we're 100% committed to transparency. So much that I got frustrated that other companies were using transparency as a buzzword, that we started a transparency page. So I'm gonna encourage you to go to our website, find our transparency page, and on that page, we actually tell you everything that we've done and that's coming up. So even if we're gonna increase our pricing in the next year, we tell you now that we're thinking about it so that you don't ever feel like there's a bait and switch. We're putting our money where our mouth is. We actually created a transparency page where you can see our reviews and you can see the bad stuff. It's the good, the bad, the ugly, you can see it all. So that's our commitment to transparency. The next one is innovation. We use a lot of technology and innovation, and we do that because it helps us keep our pricing down. Where people fall short with innovation is they use it as a crutch, or they use it to replace human capital or team members. And they expect innovation to take over the most important thing, and that's dealing with people. And property management is a people business. So if our team is not using the technology or the innovation correctly, then it's a waste. And so we are highly focused on innovation. The next thing is integrity. This is another one of my favorites. It actually is one of the core values in the United States Air Force. My favorite definition of integrity is, what do you do when nobody else is watching? I think that that is something that everybody should think about. If an owner doesn't know that we're doing this, does it make it right? That's integrity. If a resident isn't gonna know either way, does it make it right? If we're gonna charge them for a tenant-related damage, does that make it right? That's integrity. What do you do when you go home at night? What did you do when nobody else was watching? So integrity is a really big one. So stewardship is being a steward, okay? If you're an owner watching this, we're going to treat, and this kind of, I don't like to use the classic buzzword, like we're gonna treat it like it's our own, but we're gonna take care of it like it's our own, and that is stewardship. I just try to find a different way. I'm an investor myself. I have rental properties. I know what it's like to have vacancy. I know what it's like to not collect rent. I know what it's like to have damage. I know what it's like to have a flood that costs $10,000. I'm an investor myself. In fact, half of our team have investment properties. So I know what it's like to really take care of and be stewards of other people's investments. The last one is work ethic. We have to work hard. We have a work hard, play hard mentality, but when it's time to work, it's time to work. And property management just doesn't happen from 8 to 5. Property management can happen at night, it can happen on the weekends. So when it's time to work, I expect that my team is gonna roll up their sleeves and get to work. If you still have work to do, we gotta get work done. Now we're a very family-oriented business. If you gotta get out of the office at 5:30, even 4:30 because you don't wanna miss a dance recital or a baseball game, then that's important and that's what you need to do. But work ethic is a very big core value to us. This is obviously something I'm very passionate about. Our core values are our lifeblood, and it's done well for us. And if you have any questions, I'd love to talk more about it. And I want to thank you for watching.